Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about mindsets. Three mindsets in particular. The first one are the general mindsets. These consist of two other mindsets that are in them, which is the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Now, next, another mindset that isn't related to both of them is the actuarial mindset. Now, the purpose of all this is to point out what important factors that you should consider having in your life to make your life shifted towards the better. Okay, enough of all of the introduction. Let's actually start with one of the general mindsets, the growth mindset. Due to this being the most, popular and common mindset to talk about. And plus, it has good benefits too. Let's start. Now, growth mindsets. Let me explain a little bit about them. These are the mindsets that help people achieve quite almost everything. How does this work? Well, growth mindsets are people who believe that failing is just another step to become successful. Everybody fails in life at least once or twice. No one should be disappointed about it unless, it's a big, big, big failure. So, by neglecting all those negative thoughts about failures, people with growth mindsets could use that to their advantage to learn from their mistakes, create new, better outcomes, which is really good, as that can help them improve on life later on. That's just one part about failures. Now, the next part is about challenges. Because they don't fear failure, they are open to take up new challenges. Well, such as, for example, you're a programmer and you've only been using and coding with one language or two language, and you want to improve that by learning another language. Fixed mindset people, I'm also talking about fixed mindset here, will usually be like lazy or something, or don't want to achieve anything because it will be too much of an error process, which, they can't stand failure. They hate failure. They feel like the whole world is crumbling in front of their eyes. But truth is, it isn't. You fail, you can just go ahead and try again, learn from your failures. But apparently, fixed mindset people don't do that. Now, let's get back to the point. Fixed mindset people won't want to learn that new program. Why? They are feared of failure. After accomplishing like one or two programming languages, they feel like, that's enough. I don't want to learn anymore. I just want to stick with the familiar things, which, leads them to not branch out, not be more creative, not be successful. For growth mindset people, that will be exactly the opposite. They will try out. They could do errors and all that. The whole life is a trial and error, and they take that respectfully. They want success, but they also want failure. Well, not in a accidentally on purpose kind of failure, but like they need failure to succeed. And they'll take on that as a challenge and don't care about the outcomes of it at all. Well, about the failings part, but time and money and the effort still counts. Anyway, now that we're done with the challenges part, let's now move on to their life. Growth mindset people, as they are willing to do new things, they branch out of their comfort zone, thinking out of the box, and just normally exceedingly above the average human. Because, well, they're keen to try new things, which can make them know a lot more and have them super creative because that's the key to success. They're hardworking, they're smart. Well, not all of them, but you're enthusiastic and have a growth mindset, but you're not that smart. It's fine. As long as you have a growth mindset, you will be destined to grow. Fixed mindset people, on the other hand, well, they'll just be, minimum wage worker, just an average cheap average man, or they have talent, so rely on that, but won't get any further because, well, they have a fixed mindset. They don't want to grow. They just want to stick with familiar things, and, well, they can't face on challenges. They get ashamed because they get defeated by higher ranked people, like people who are smarter than them, people who are actually more talented than them. They're just jealous, but they still don't improve because, well, they don't want to. Humans are afraid of change. Humans are afraid of failure and all of that. But overall, everything still has its pros and cons. And, well, fixed mindset, if you don't know, actually has some cons, which is, well, just one. Sometimes you just don't want to do new things. Causes you to be lazy. Sometimes, like me, I don't want to do new stuff. And, well, chances are chances. Bad things could happen for people who really like creativity. Say, creativity kills the cat. So, for example, you're a scientist, you're curious, and you want to mix different elements together to try to make some form of reaction, but that could cause you fatal death. The fixed mindset people would obviously say no to this, but a growth mindset people, crazy ones, would say yes. I don't care if it's, going to put me to death. I just want to have fun. And, well, that's bad, obviously. And that is also the con of the growth mindset people always wanting to try new things. That is bad. They don't encourage you to do bad stuff. If you're curious, just don't do it. You know it's bad. But anyway, yeah, out of that nonsense, let's actually continue to the last but not least mindset, the actuarial mindset. An actuary has their own mindset, but mainly they also have part of growth mindsets, which is growth mindset for actuaries, but I don't think I'll discuss about that anytime soon. But anyway, now let's get into it. The actuary's mindset. They're very careful because they know they have a lot of impact on the world. For example, actuary works on a big company that, creates a big impact on the local and the local people and the surrounding people that do business with the business. Now, actuaries have to be extremely careful because they make one wrong mistake, the whole company could go on a land, could be just broken down and into pieces. So yeah, that would be also affecting for the local citizens, which again creates a loop that slowly makes the business going to do, and so will the actuary, because then he or she will lose their job. That's number one factor on, the actuarial mindset. Second of all is I'm coughing a lot today. Sorry. Okay, the second thing for the actuarial mindset is their optimism. You are always going to got to have this if you are an actuary. You're not optimistic, you're going to stress all the time, which is normal for an average human because, well, the actuarial job is obviously super stressful, but a big but. That is fine to actuaries. They encounter that on a daily basis. They'll get used to it soon. So it's best to get used to it as soon as possible so that you don't lose your job and stress over things. That's why it's important for an actuary to have optimism in their mindset. That can make them not stress on actually stressful things and enjoy the stress for some reason, which, well, makes them way better at their job and, could do more stuff. Second and third of all, they always consider the benefits. It's like playing chess. You calculate out and see out the benefits of a move and decide whether you should move that piece or not. Or it could turn into a checkmate, or it could result into you having the checkmate instead. So it's all about the benefits. Actuary always thinks about it, either for them or the company, but still mostly for them. But some part is still the company because if the company loses out, the actuary will lose out. Same thing, vice versa. But still, they still consider the best outcome of all. It's like the train problem, if you heard of that. But anyway, next one, which is the creative. Everybody with a growth mindset or an actuarial mindset needs to have this. They're not creative. How can they solve problems? How can they address problems? How can they do problems quickly? So every actuary needs that thing in their head. Creativity allows them to think out of the box, allows them to solve problems more quickly. Again, just like playing chess, you're creative and you think deeply. And that's called critical thinking, but it's not in the actuarial mindset, so I'm not going to discuss about that. So creativity. And that's all about the actuarial mindset, which also means the end of the video. I hope you find this video informative and goodbye. See you soon.